My name is Ryan. I'm from Portsmouth in the UK, and I did a 10-month project about environmental awareness in Baku, Azerbaijan.
So my name's Tom. I'm from Portsmouth in England, and I went to Sardegna in Italy for my EVS.
I'm Tom. I spent 5 months in Azerbaijan doing EVS, and I'm from Hastings. And hey,
I mean, depending on what EVS project you do, there's a lot of sort of other things you get to experience just by association of EVS. Now, a lot of the things I did had absolutely nothing to do with the EVS. Things like being able to work for the United Nations for a period of time, that's of course not something you get offered every day.
While I was there, I did a bit of project management and project delivery, some bits and pieces on social media. I'm trying to think. A lot of different things, some language classes as well, and we worked in schools too.
Biggest things I enjoyed about being in Azerbaijan was being part of a smaller team of people for once, and being a bit more, my contributions being recognised individually rather than as part of a larger team. You get given a lot more responsibilities to do things. The element of trust given to you is a lot higher than if you're working in a large corporation. You just have a job role where that's what you do. And also just living amongst a completely different culture was a real enjoyment. Tough at first, but really enjoyable. Once you get there, you work out how things work, and then you look at it and think, you know, why don't we do that at home? Why don't we do it that way at home? That seems so much easier.
Living there, I think I most enjoyed the people. You'll probably notice actually I was doing my blogs. If you read my blogs, most of the photos are me with a group of friends, different groups of friends, and just getting to know so many different people from so many different cultures. That was fantastic.
I enjoyed the most was meeting the people there, because each project that we were hosting, we meet a variety of people from all over Europe, from Russia, from Georgia, places like this. People from like Moldova, Belarus, the Azeri locals.
I think one of the most difficult things about being in Azerbaijan is it's really just that adaptation change. Of course, not speaking the local language at the very beginning was quite difficult. Just explaining simple things, asking where things are, asking for what you want from a shop is very difficult. Because it's so far away from England, you don't get that sort of local populace that speak English. It's quite a rare thing out there. Not a lot of people do, unless you're in some form of sort of government or administration or youth role. The general populace have very little grasp of the English language. So it took a while, but we got there. We got there in the end.
Also travelling around as well, managed to save 50 to 75 euros per month. And that paid for a trip around Italy, 2-week trip around Italy, about halfway through my EVS, and I would do that again and again and again.
Biggest challenges I found was just getting things off the ground. That's a major problem I had because the people I was with were, I hate to say this word, and a bit incompetent, shall we say, because I asked for several things, which didn't happen, but other than that, the biggest challenge I had was just adapting, really. You know, because just some white boy going into like the Caucasus, and it's a big cultural differences. And
one of the things that changed me is a little bit more culturally aware now. I have a lot more knowledge about the things that go on sort of a bit further away from outside my front door. You learn a lot about the cultures, especially with all the different people from different countries coming to the house to do these training courses. You pick up some insights into how each country acts, how they behave, some of the mannerisms, and also things going on in their country. You learn about their local government, their exchange, youth and education systems, their food, their drink, the way the family structure, all little things like that. You learn it all from just meeting these people on training courses.
Well, the experience changed me because you go to a country, you experience so different cultures from various different countries from each project, and then you come back to places like Hastings where most people haven't even seen the majority of other people's culture ever, and you experience something like this and you get a bit of a culture shock because not everyone can follow your journey or anything like this. Not everyone can follow your experience.
One of my regrets was really just to get out in the country a little bit more. Of course I went to Gark, Mingachevir, Gabala, so I went to some places, but I would have liked to have gone to the bit further apart like Ganja, gone to the Fire Mountain and done that.
My regret was not being a bit more explorative.
The most important thing is I learned so much out there from being involved in a participant, project writer, trainer, all these sort of side activities that I had the ability to get involved in, or had the opportunity to be a part of was amazing. The development of the Yemen European Ability Youth Network, doing all their social media, made to feel like I'm part of their team as well. They weren't obliged to have me join in with them. They weren't obliged to offer me the trainer role at the last project, but it was there and the opportunity was open for me if I wanted it. So look beyond the reason you're there for the project. There's a lot of other things you can get involved in on a lot of these EVS placements as well.
Don't overdo it in the office. Go out, see the nightlife, talk to people, go to wherever. I used to spend a couple of nights just sat on the stairs talking to people in the town, just because that's what people did.
If anyone came to me and asked me, I've been offered this EVS thing, is it worth doing? Should I go? Can I trust the organisation? Can I trust this European Voluntary Service? I'd say yes, 100%. Anyone who has the opportunity to go to another country and try this out for 1 month, 5 months, a year, 100% take it up. The worst that can happen is you get there and you don't feel it's right, and you don't feel comfortable, you feel homesick, and the worst thing that can happen is you speak to the organisation and they can either help you to adapt to this, or they can just get you home if you really don't. You have absolutely nothing to lose from doing it. On the other side, you have so much to gain, and it's a good opportunity for people who otherwise wouldn't be able to do these things themselves. So I 100% recommend EVS.
Do it. I mean, the positives far outweigh the negatives. You develop so much.
Well, if people were considering doing EVS anywhere in the world, I recommend it highly because whether it's a week, month, 10 months, 5 months, or depending on the period of time, it's great fun. You meet loads of people, and that's the whole point of it. And the people who go on these projects are the most fun, the most open-minded people you will ever meet.